how to take user input in Python. Okay, how to take user input in Python. So in previous chapters we discussed that when we define a variable, like for example name is equal to Mohan. Okay, in the previous examples we discussed that this is a way to declare a value, or this is a way to save a value inside a variable. Now here we are literally defining the value. We are literally putting the value Mohan and assigning it to name. Okay, that means we are defining it. But what if we want to make this block dynamic? Like every time when this code will run, we want the user to input some value, and then based on user input we want to process that. So for that there is a function in Python that is called input. Okay, so the name of this function is self-explanatory, that input means ask user for an input, and simply run this, and you can see an input box here. Whatever we will write inside this input, it will be stored in this variable. So let's say we write John Doe. Okay, so this is stored inside the variable, and in the next line if we say print name, so it will print the last stored value in the name variable. So in Python you have to remember that at the start of our program we declared name is equal to Kuldeep, but at line number, at this line, although line number is not given, but at this line we declared another value or assigned another value to the same variable. So inside a variable the values can be overwritten. Okay, the value was overwritten, now we have stored this. So this is a simple way to take user input in Python. Let's make it more professional. So here you, inside input function, you use your placeholder. Okay, like enter your name, and here we will write profession, or let's write PF. So here we will write input, enter your profession. Okay, so here what we are doing, we are taking two user inputs, name and profession, and we will tell Python to print name plus profession, which is PF. So क्या क्या होता जा रहा है? Yeah. So name plus profession. So what is this doing? It is concatenating name variable with PF variable. Concatenating or adding, uh, like a chain. Concatenating is you take one variable, you add one other variable. So let's run this code. So here enter your name, let's say John, profession wrestler. So it will give us an output John wrestler, because in the variable values there was no space. Okay, John wrestler. So it has added the values without any space. So if you want to add a space, what you can do, simply you can write name plus, and here you can write a space value, because a space is also a string value, right? So here we have written space. Or if it is confusing to you, we can do simple thing. Let's say space is equal to space. So what we can do, name plus space plus pf. So in a space variable, we have just stored one space, a space value. So now when we will print the same thing, what is your name? Sachin. What is your profession? Cricketer. So it will write Sachin cricketer. Okay. So, and here what we are going to do, we are going to add a literal string welcome space plus name plus space pf. So here here when you will see the output, it will give you welcome Sachin, and after space we will write you are a fantastic pf. Okay. So welcome Sachin, you are a fantastic plus pf. Okay. So here you can see we have one string which is welcome, which is the literal string we are writing inside print function. Other string is name, which is the variable. Other string is space, which is a variable. And other string is this string you are fantastic, which has a trailing and leading space, and plus and pf. Okay. So this plus as a concatenation operator can combine various strings. Some of them can be literal values, which we just write here, and some of them can come from variables. अब इसको run करते हैं. So let's run this. Enter your name. So let's say Virat. Profession cricketer. Welcome Virat. You are a fantastic cricketer. So after welcome Virat, we can also put a comma. Okay, it's something like comma plus space. So this is your choice. You know, you can enter as much space as you can. Let's say Messi, footballer. Welcome Messi, you are a fantastic footballer. So we just created a simple program that takes input from a user with the help of input function, and it when you will run it on console, it will write this value. We can put a space here also, so that it will give a space here. Okay. So like if you will enter something like welcome Bumrah bowler. So here you can see now we have a space here. So this is a very simple example. Now here are some notes which you should make right now. Input function saves values as strings only. Okay. So the input function stores values as strings only. Now let's see a simple example here. Let's say we ask someone, so this is num1, which is first number. So here we have written enter a number. So you can see in Google Colab, it is even understanding what I'm trying to do, and that's why number one is equal to input enter a number. In number two variable, we are inputting enter another number, and we are storing the result in num1 plus num2. So usually what will happen? Let's say you provide two values, okay? 5 plus 7, so it will just add them and give you the output. So let's try. Let's run this. Enter a number, let's say 15. Enter another number 10. What do you think will be the output here? It's just a question to everyone who is in class. What do you think will be the output here? It's a very, very simple question.
150. No, no, sorry, plus 25.
25, yes, ideally. But you just remember we said input function saves values as strings only. Let's see what it does. Okay,
It's 1510.
1510. Okay, so it is considering that 15 is a string value and 10 is a string value. Okay, so it is just considering it like welcome name. Okay, welcome name. So this is important thing, and that's why in Python for mathematical operations, okay, if we are taking input from a user using input function, and for many other operations there is a typecasting. So there is something called typecasting. Typecasting. Okay, now what is typecasting? Typecasting is simply changing the data type of one variable or value to other data type. Until now, we have studied following data types. We have studied strings, which are alphanumeric values. We have studied integers, which are whole numbers, positive or negative, and floats with decimals in them. So we have float, integer, string, boolean value, true or false, and we also have another data type called complex numbers. Okay, complex numbers are written like this. Complex number is a number which has a real and a imaginary part. Okay, so for example, we write something like x is equal to 4 plus 5j. Okay, x is equal to 4 plus 5j. So here, if you will ask Python what is type of x, so it will say it's a complex number. So just remember that Python can even handle complex numbers. And let's say we said ki x is equal to 4 plus 5j and y is equal to 5 plus 6j. Okay, so we declare this and we add x plus y. So if you will and not type x plus y, we will write print x plus y. Okay, when you will print, what will happen? Real part without j. Okay, so real part will be added with real part and the imaginary part will be added with imaginary part. So it becomes 9 plus 11j. So now it doesn't matter that whatever your data type is, okay, in Python there is always something called typecasting. Okay, so for example here the result that we wanted to achieve was 25, right? Because when we entered one number as 15 and another as 10, so the result that we wanted to achieve was 25. That was not achieved because this num1 and num2 are strings. So in order to use them as integer, there is a built-in function called int. So if you will write int num1 plus int num2, so what will happen? It will actively convert the number into an integer value, and when both values will be converted in integer values or numbers, then this plus sign will not act as concatenation operator, but it will act as addition operator. Okay, addition operator. So let's run this. Enter a number 15. We are running the same example, and this time you can see the result is 25. So suppose I have written a number 67 as a string value. If I enter its type, it will say it's a string value. I said okay. So I will write int here. So I am using two functions, okay. So inside the type function, I am providing a value which is another function. Inside that function, I am providing a value which is a string. Inside the string, I am providing a value which is a number. And when you will run this, it will say integer, because we are converting this string into int and then asking its type. Okay. So this is a simple way. So if you will write int 67 plus 55, so this will also give you output, mathematical output, because you are changing the data type of this number to integer. Similarly, if you will write float 67 plus 55, you will get an output 122. Okay. The simple thing is you cannot do something like float John plus 55, because you cannot convert this string value, could not convert a string float, a string to float. Obviously, if the string is written 567.89, if the string is written in terms of a number, then only it can be converted into a number. So this is something that you have to remember. So while taking input from users, make sure that you are always, the user is always entering a number. Okay. One more thing here. Earlier we studied these are our simple arithmetic operators. Plus is used for addition, minus is used for subtraction, the star or asterisk sign is used for multiplication. So 10 into 5, 50. A forward slash, 1 forward slash is used for division. So 10 divided by 5 is 2.0. A double forward slash is used for floor division. This is something that that is new in Python. A double forward slash is used for floor division. So for example, this is something that I explained earlier also. Will explain once more. when we divide some number like 22 by 7, so we usually write 7 3 r 21. Here remainder is 1. Okay, 22 minus 1. So this is remainder. In Python, the operator percentage operator is used to get the remainder, and this is a quotient value. So double forward slash operator is used to get this value. And if you will further, if you want to further solve this, like you will write a point here, it will become 10, then you will write 1, it becomes 7 again, 3. So if you will further solve this, that is single forward slash. So in simple terms, there are three things here to consider for division. Forward slash will give you A divided by B. Double forward slash will give you quotient of A divided by B. And A percentage B is called modulus. It will give you remainder of A divided by B. Okay. And finally, A star star B, which is called exponentiation. So for example, let's say we write 2 star 5. So if you will write 2 star 5, this will give you, let's copy this because this will start connecting to the server. So if you will write 2 star 5, it will give you 10. Simple. But if you will write 2 star 5, this is 2 raised to the power of 5. So double star means raised to the power of 5. Okay. So it will give you an output 32. Okay. So this is a simple example of operators. So let's try to create a simple program, okay, with the help of input function. A simple program in Python that outputs powers a raised to the power of b. So how you will do this? So here you will ask num1 input, enter a number, okay, and num2 enter another number, and result will be int number star int num2. Okay, it will be called as exponentiation and print result. So let's say we write 5 here and 2 here, 25. Okay, a simple program, a very basic program. But if you will not write int here, it will not work. Okay, so this is a simple use of arithmetic operators in Python. Okay, so in Python programming, the symbols, or operators that we use, like keywords or symbols. Sometimes it will be a keyword, sometimes it will be a symbol like plus, minus, divide symbol, two forward slashes, percentage sign. These type of symbols are used in Python to perform operations on variables and values. And Python provides a wide range of operators. Okay, so we'll start continuing with comparison operators in next chapter.